morning and welcome to this live broadcast of Three Country Ride to Cure Breast Cancer, presented by SpotLink and benefiting the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Today, as part of our daily morning Mingle series, we have the pleasure of speaking with Alexis Woodall, events coordinator at the Mahaffie Stagecoach Stop and Farm. So to start off, can you tell us a little bit about the city of Olathe?
Sure. Olathe is in the center of Johnson County, which is on the southwestern corner of the Kansas City area.
Okay.
Metro. And currently we have about 140,000 people in population, and we are the county seat of Johnson County,
okay.
And we are also the headquarters of garment industries.
Okay, great. Wow. And do you know how the city got its name?
Yes, Olathe is actually a Shawnee Indian word meaning beautiful.
Oh.
In 1857, when the founder, Dr. John Barton, had settled this area, the Shawnee had moved their reservation here from Ohio, and supposedly that's what Olathe means, it's beautiful.
And it is very beautiful around here.
Yes,
so.
it is.
So we're here at the Mahaffie Stagecoach Stop and Farm.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it and some of the notable exhibits?
Yes, the Mahaffies moved here to Olathe from Indiana in 1858 with their 5 children, and they established a farm and a stagecoach stop. They always listed themselves as a farmer, and the reason why they settled here is because their farm is on the Westport route of the Oregon, California, and Santa Fe trails. And just like today, the rule of real estate of location, location, location still stands. As time went on, they became a very successful farming family here in Johnson County. The railroad arrived in 1869, and that caused the stagecoaches to stop coming through here. But the Mahaffie family wanted the railroad. Mr. Mahaffie was on the board of directors of the first railroad company, because as a farmer, he could get his crops to bigger markets. And eventually in the 1880s, they were able to retire from farming and move back to the town of Olathe.
Okay.
Yes, yes, and other things that we also have too is we're on the historic Santa Fe Trail, and we are the last remaining stagecoach stop open to the public on the Santa Fe Trail. The farmhouse you see behind me is the original 1865 limestone farmhouse, and when you visit today, you can take a stagecoach ride, learn about our living history farm with our animals, and you can see what's cooking on the cook stove in the cellar of the farmhouse, just like how you would have been a stagecoach passenger stepping off the stagecoaches back in the 1860s.
So if you want to ride a stagecoach, you got to come out here. So.
Yes, we are the authentic Kansas farm experience from the 1860s.
That's great.
Yes, yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you do in your daily job as events coordinator here?
Yes, we have a wide variety of things that we do here at Mahaffie. With our Living History Farm, I'm responsible for helping coordinate our special events. We have our Wild West Days, the second weekend in October, which is October 12th and 13th. And that's where you can experience live Old West entertainment from Buffalo Bill. We have cowboys that do skits, and don't forget, if you ride the stagecoach, you have to be careful because you have to watch out for those robbers. We also have Buffalo Soldiers that weekend, and we have a fabulous Chuck Weddle cook-off on October 12th. If you want to experience food 1860 style, that's a great time to come out.
Okay, wow. Of course, we're doing this the bicycle ride mainly to benefit the Breast Cancer Research Foundation.
Yes.
Is there anything that is personal about our cause to you?
Well, thankfully, I have not been affected by breast cancer, but I've had members of my family affected with breast cancer. Well, another thing we try to emphasize here at Mahaffie is the strength of women that helps make the farm successful. Lucinda Mahaffie actually lived into her early 80s, which was pretty amazing for a woman back in the 1800s. And out of the 8 children that she had, she only lost 1 in infant mortality, which is pretty amazing. Most women during that time would have lost 3 or 4 children. And we really try to emphasize the success of the social history as well. If you come visit on a theme in the summer, you might get to experience music and arts, you might get to experience the trails activities. We also talk about the Civil War here. This is the time of Bleeding Kansas. The Mahaffies were not raided by the bushwhackers coming over from Missouri, but they were definitely affected by it. So we do have a cannon here sometimes, and one of our most popular school programs is learning about the Civil War at that time.
Wow, okay. This is such a beautiful spot, and we have a stage. Ron, do you think you can maybe do a quick pan around?
Yes.
I know it's a little hard with...
Yes. And to tell you a little bit about that stagecoach you are seeing, just like today, we have different makes and models of cars and vehicles. The type of coach that you see, Chip and Ace are our team of horses, and Kathy is our stagecoach driver. And the type of coach that you are seeing is a mud wagon, which would have come in handy this time of year, especially with all the mud on the grounds from the recent rains. The mud wagon that you see is an authentic 1870s mud wagon. It has been restored back to its original appearance. The wooden body is from that time period, but the undercarriage and the wheels have been restored. And it was restored by a company about a 2-hour drive from here in Northeast Kansas called Warner Wagon Works.
Wow.
And he still works on wagons and wheels just like they would have to repair it during the days of the trails.
Man, that's amazing. Still have
It is.
companies like that.
It is. It is.
So from here, we're heading out to Warrensburg. Is there
Yes.
any advice you can give us for our trip today?
Yes, Warrensburg, Missouri has a fabulous highway from here to Warrensburg, Missouri called Highway 50. And that's where you'll get to experience some of the Civil War history. I'll give you a map called Freedom's Frontier National Heritage Area.
Great.
And during that time, Warrensburg and the western part of Missouri was very complicated during this area. You had people that wanted Kansas to be a slave state, you had people that wanted Kansas to be a free state, and then you had what they had the free soilers, which were the Mahaffies who wanted to farm and just make a life for themselves. But as we know, the issue of slavery engulfed the entire country and you couldn't be separated from it. Here in eastern Kansas and western Missouri, starting as early as 1856, you had raiding parties going back and forth between, because even though a lot of families in Missouri didn't own slaves, they did not want to have the opportunity for their slaves to escape over to the free state of Kansas. So it was very complex here. It was very volatile. You didn't know who was on either side. It was also very personal. The families knew each other. And a former museum director of the Bushwhacker Museum in Nevada, Missouri, talked about that time as being retribution, retaliation, and revenge.
Wow.
You burned my farm, I'm going to go over and burn your farm. So there's still a lot of old wounds that are from that kind of Dewey and Kansas period that still resonate in this area today. You often hear about the border war between Kansas and Missouri, and it had its roots there.
Wow.
Warrensburg has a fabulous history. There is a courthouse there where there was a case tried about somebody unfortunately killed somebody's dog, and there was a speech about that dog that was so impassionate today that the Warrensburg town still celebrates it.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that is some great history.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thank you for taking time out of your journey here. We know there's a lot to see and do. And when people need more information about us, they can go to our website. It's mahaffie.org, and our Facebook page is the Mahaffie Farm.
Okay. We'll share that on our Facebook page as well, so you can just follow that link as well. One final question. Is there a weird fact you know and want to share?
I don't know if there's a weird fact, but we do have the authentic living history here at the Mahaffie Farm. A lot of historic sites or historic towns have had buildings moved in, and this farmhouse that you see today is still the exact same limestone that the Mahaffie family is built back in 1865.
Wow. So real living history here.
Yes.
So, all right. Catch us for our live Noon from the Road update, as well as our 8 p.m. recap. We'll talk to you then. Thank you.
Thank you.